guy. You already know what today is. It's Workout Update Monday on a Wednesday. My guy, stop acting like you don't know what today is, though. What's going on with y'all, big dog? And it is an amazing day for Yu-Gi-Oh! Genuinely, I hope that your day is phenomenal, because it's been about 2 years and 2 weeks of kicking rheumatoid arthritis' ass. My guy, this is the most cracked update Wednesday that you've ever been a part of. Today, I actually want to talk to you guys about mental health, because I think that that's something that can apply to both Workout Wednesday and Update Monday. My guy, your mental health is everything. You don't necessarily have to be in a particularly bad spot to take a mental day. I actually urge it for everyone, regardless of the situation. From time to time, we just might need to sit back, chill, and relax. Go ahead and do that. Gather your mind, get yourself together, and be ready to roll when the time comes. For my mental health day, I actually cleaned up my office. Don't look right there. That's a work in progress. Like my mental health. But yo, do you see the shelf? Do you see the shelf? Elf on the shelf getting help with no MILF. I want MILFs. Come on, guys. One thing you know you can't hate on is how powerful the background has been. Just like how I'm going to be talking to you about some extremely powerful Yu-Gi-Oh decks that more people need to be playing. That's right, big dog. Yesterday, we did a rogue tier list, and we've talked about some of these strategies that I'm going to be putting game on to you. Today, we're going to be talking about some really, really powerful strategies, going in detail on why they're so good. And as a special thank you for helping me pay my editors, I'll actually be putting deck list on Patreon. So without further ado, let's jump on in. I also forgot to do this. The first strategy I want to talk to you guys is an oldie but goldie. You can almost never go wrong with the Sword Soul archetype. My guy, this deck just keeps getting stronger with every Yu-Gi-Oh set. It's not my copium. If you own hopium, it would die. Sword Soul actually got some incredible cards from the new set. The Ringworm Dragon is a card that a lot of people are testing with, which allows the deck to make Brome before its 5th summon, preventing cards like Nibiru and insulating its combo, preventing other types of hand traps. And since players are playing a level 2 tuner, synchroing into an 8 monster like Stardust Excel Synchron to special summon that 2 back to your side of the field is easy, but also is Synchro 6. You heard about the new dragon card? It's a level 6 Synchro monster called Dragon Malone. I genuinely think that that's the tip of the iceberg for Sword Soul. I think what is a little bit more powerful to what people are giving it credit is the new Sword Soul spell card that serves as a form of removal, but more importantly, it's a snack that smiles back. Bro, there are so many times where I have like a Moye or a Long Yuan in my hand with no Sword Soul card. This card actually puts a Sword Soul card back in your hand. Holy yo, it's actually good in that. Then, since this is a synchro heavy deck that can summon light and dark monsters to the side of the field, being able to synchro summon into Chaos Angel not only protects your monsters from battle, it also protects your synchro monsters from your opponent's monster effects. Sword Soul has always been a deck that trades fairly well with hand traps and is just a really powerful deck in this format that some players just might be sleeping on. Now, Sword Soul has been a strategy that's been pretty competitive for quite some time, but I know one strategy that pretty much has not been competitive and is actually a little bit older. Ironically, all of the Cybers decks using Access Code Talker have been pretty decent, but this time around, it's Code Talker's time to shine. Using the new Firewall cards, this deck can actually be fairly formidable and can also extra deck lock your opponent like we're playing in 2019. My guy! My friend! The year is 2023, and Playmaker is imply locking you, and it's working! The Code Talker strategy actually has something that's slightly different from Mathmex. You can actually link summon using monsters from your hand and have bigger potential with summoning greater monsters to your side of the field. And also, since you're not reliant on the Mathmech engine, the same cards that would stop that deck doesn't necessarily stop you. Look, my guy, I'm saying if you have the draw, you have the draw. But if you let me resolve Signet Codec, you're losing. Having the versatility to be able to set up bigger negation boards and even stronger locks, I think that the Code Talker strategy is actually a really powerful deck that not a lot of people are playing to because they're all about Mathmech, best deck. Well, look, big dog, I need you to add some code so you can talk yourself into a real W. No firewalls needed, just straight viruses at the opponent. Yo, that was pretty corny, not gonna lie, but it was funny. We're playmaking here. The benefits of the Code Talker strategy over some of the other cyber strategies is while the other cyber strategies are a little bit more rigid, this deck is actually extremely fluid. Basically, if you can summon cyber monsters to your side of the field, you can keep comboing. And seeing that the other cyber strategies got some extenders that are fairly generic, you gon' keep comboing. My guy, it is actually insane on how many other cyber strategies fit in Code Talker, and it's still being able to do its thing while gaining a bigger ceiling from the firewall in Code Talker monsters. So far, we have a deck that dominantly synchro summons and a deck that dominantly link summons. I think if I had to give you another deck, it's actually a really good deck that XC summons and is extremely good in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. My brothers, have you heard of Exo Stepsisters? My guys, the dryer is back. Don't get stuck in it. Hey, stepsister, I'm glad that you're back. I even got a new present for you. Open the box. I don't know what the I'm doing here, Trey. Exo Sisters are actually extremely good right now with players playing less cards like Lightning Storm and evenly matched because of it actually gives Exo Sisters a way into the game. Decks may not touch the graveyard as much as Tearlaments or You at Night, but decks still utilize the graveyard fairly well, and that triggers all of your Exo Sisters effects to be able to XE summon into powerful cards to disrupt the graveyard and your opponent's monsters. On top of that, if the deck ever goes second, you Dark Ruler no more, make a Zeus, and bye-bye. Take a deuce on their whole field. My guys, it's easy. You're playing Exo Sister, just draw the out. You did it so many times before with Necro Valley. I would also have to say that Exo Sister is one of the strongest decks in the game because it's one of the very few that can play Dimension Shifter, which is extremely good at disrupting some of the top decks in the game, but also stopping some of the best hand traps in the game from ever being able to resolve and activate their effects. Holy sheesh, that's what I like about Yu-Gi-Oh! A couple of weeks ago, we wouldn't have been saying that, but because of the new card in Sakitama, we could actually summon easily. And now Stepsister's the decks that you need. And guess who, Big Step Bro? Bro, with all this, my favorite state gotta be Alabama, right? But while I'm here, I guess I gotta give it to TJ. He showed me earlier in the week that Gold Pride could actually be a decent deck. Check out the video. It's a humbling experience. My guy, he snatched my monsters and equipped them to his. Gold Pride is really good a month early, but what Gold Pride pretty much does is it allows you to be able to special summon monsters to your side of the field for free as long as your life points are lower than your opponent's. And the Punk strategy, something that he's decently adept at, he can make boards by paying life points. But what I really want to talk to you guys about is the new support of Gold Pride. It actually is insane. Being able to use Roller Baller to fusion summon on your opponent's turn to Pin Roller, which will allow you to equip your opponent's monsters up to the number of materials. Oh, and the card can't be negated or responded to if his life points are lower than his opponent's. Yo, what the f is this? Is that a joke? His life points are always lower. They're always lower. Definitely a problem until you hear Yu-Gi-Oh players you're in time. Gold Pride is also extremely adept at being able to synchro summon into monsters like Draco, Berserker, or Tingy. And in case you don't go in time, there's always Psychic in Punisher, the original Chaos Angel, which is unaffected by card effects and gains a ton of attack to attack for gain. Yo, I'm serious. Konami actually did a great job at making a TCG exclusive good. This isn't B-Troopers good. This is Burning Abyss good. And lastly, if your boy had to pick another strategy, ooh, it's actually a ton of good Yu-Gi-Oh decks right now. I mean, hell, Evil Eye just topped a national event, and is extremely good is because you can play some of the strongest cards and then side out your Evil Eye deck for a whole different deck like Math Mech. That's big brain. I think Tearlament is ridiculously strong because it dodges the most powerful hand traps, destroys those tributing cards, and more importantly, no one will see it coming. Hey, that super polymerization actually does work. If a Baron and Appaloosa is on the field, you're winning, you're winning, you're winning. You know Tears can play Guru and Mud Dragon really well. Come on, you remember. And yo, hey, yo, Drytron? Yo, outside of Joel and Lockbird and macro cards? I actually made a rogue tier list in case you wanted to see where do I think about more powerful strategies. But if I had to pick one, suavemente, que. You don't know what suavemente is, do you? All right, I guess. Rika just might be my copium take, guys. Being able to tribute your opponent's monsters for cost? Bro, negate what? Your monster's off the board. You're not negating anything. Rika's actually been doing pretty well throughout the format. I think you could play some of the most powerful cards in the game to be able to disrupt your opponent's board, but if all else fails, distribute them for cost to be able to activate your effects, and you rolling good. But who knows? It could be my copium taking over. I actually want to know, what do you think should be in that slot? Do you think Rika is one of the better decks, or do you have another saucy Yu-Gi-Oh deck? I can't wait to see what it's about. Of course, if you want to see more amazing CaliEffect content, you already know what to do, big dog. Go ahead and check out these videos, and I'll catch you on the next one.